Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In this third video of my creating this illustration, I share with you all finishing process of rendering this illustration. And of course I started from the background because I would like to be completely sure that it is finished and it is okay. And after that I'm going to work on the layer with prints, and after that I'm going to refine tiny details like jewelry like dress of this lady, and different tiny details. And of course I made light sources, and when I painting each part of this illustration include bookshelves, include also the prints and the frame of this portrait of young lady. It is quite a long process. I think I spent around 2 hours rendering this illustration, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember I don't know. I don't used to work with the stopper or timer. I just work as long as I need just to accomplish this illustration. And yes, but it is a long process of rendering. And of course I prepared a time lapse with and cut my my video because it was really long. It is not acceptable for my channel. And as you can see, again, I told you some time ago that I mined a light sources of the light, and in this case we talk about candle. Candle, you can't get a very strong light from the candle. It is a very small source of light, but for my illustration I would like just to emphasize that it is kind of very bright and a big source of light, kind of. And also I changed in this illustration, I changed background of the portrait of this lady. Actually the original painting which inspired me was with greenish background, and I think it is suitable to red elements of dress of this young lady. I made the layer with the prints visible, and I just need to know and to get a right vision of colors of my illustration, because to proceed to add details on background. But actually I'm working only on background for now. I try to add different details, and I keep in my mind things that I need to emphasize: the focal point and the contrast. I think about contrast and about shadings as well. Again, it is a long process of rendering, and I try to remind to myself that don't forget that it is illustration. It shouldn't be very realistic, and I kind of stop myself to don't over render different elements of my illustration. Because it should be natural, it should be kind of hand drawing. Finally, it should be hand drawn illustration. course I prepare it digitally, but again I prefer for all my artworks to add some hand-drawn elements or hand-drawn feeling, without over rendering or without over, I don't know, too detailed expression and or things like that. I hope you can understand me. For example, this slave, I just had different elements. Finally, it would be just covered with the layer with the prints, and but doesn't matter. I made here a little small extra work. And now I started to render her face. It was challenging, and because I don't want to add to copy the light source of the original portrait. I would like just to add some shading, but the main source should be from the another side, kind of from side of the candle. Hope you can understand me as well. And so to add elements, to add kind of makeup, add shadows of this portrait. It was I tried to make her gentle and delicate, and because that her look and her all shading here, it's soft. Soft and nice, and not too realistic, because finally it is illustration, it is my illustration, and I would like to keep it with this light style, kind of light style of hand-drawn illustration. Of course, I paid attention to eyes, because we need to emphasize eyes and expression eyes in our work, because it is a crucial, essential part of our face, and people watch on and judge about people, about others, about mood and emotions. Just look into the eyes, and for this reason I paid special attention to eyes in this illustration. Not only in this illustration, always I paid attention to eyes, and that's it. And also I add here different elements like jewelry and hair and hairdress, and also just finish the portrait of this young lady. Again, I changed here the light source, and I think it was a right decision, because it kind of it's suitable to candle, to my illustration, to candle place, and that's it. The process of rendering is very, very long, but I'm happy to make it, and to add different tiny elements to the illustration. Afterwards, I realized that I made this label on the frame of this lady. I think it was unnecessary, because it looks like picture in the museum, and I think in the reality people don't need to write something on the frame what the meaning of which explain what we can see in the portrait or in some picture. But never mind, I left this. It is my tiny mistake. I allowed myself to make this tiny mistake. Also bookshelves. I thought about contrast and about just to proceed to convey the feeling of bookshelves in some palace or in some castle, so it should be rich and also convenient to the ear of 1780 century. I mean to Baroque style, and because it was this style I would like to apply to this composition, and of course I made it in a kind of humble style, because it was so many decoration in this style of Baroque, and if I started to apply all these tiny details, tiny decorative elements in bookshelves, it will be never-ending story of my illustration, and so never mind. I made it slight Baroque style, kind of. I mind the light source as well, because we have a secondary light is kind of bluish, and I remember it and keep in my mind, because I need to add some reflections of blue colors. As you can see, I try to scale down and to kind of zoom out my picture, because I need to ensure that it looks good from far away, because it is important for me. So because I'm working on coloring this ladder and the prints on a clipping mask, I can feel free, don't to stay in my lines into some frames, and because it is clipping mask, and I have base of that, which allows me to feel free and to color without think about borders and line art, borders of line art. Also here it is quite a long process of rendering, but I'm happy I was happy to make it. In this case I need also to imagine to myself what will be with shadows with this ladder, because my my reference was quite not suitable. It was with another light source. Of course, for this stage you need just to have some experience of lighting or studies of shadowing, because you need to understand what's going on and to imagine to yourself what will be right, how you can place all shadows in the clothes, for example, from in this code, just to imagine to yourself and to understand what could be right for this stage. Also about show, and also about the same about different elements here, because again the main light source here is a candle, and I minded this light source during my drawing. As you can see, my drawing, my illustration, not such a perfect, because again I would like to prepare to add here some hand-drawn feeling of illustration. And I think, of course, it depends on your project, it depends on your decision, and also it depends on if you accomplish your work, your artwork for client. It depends on the needs of client, and I made during my I have experience with really strange situations with clients when they ask for a perfect rendering, and finally I tried to explain them that it is not always good for artwork, but never mind, I did it. And so don't add over rendering. It is I think it is important to our work, and work of illustrations, about illustrations. This ribbon should be black, but I made it just dark blue, because of, I think it is good for my needs for this illustration. I add some reflection of blue colors on the prints, and also on the book, and also on ledger. Again, I watch on my illustration from far away, kind of, and I zoom out my illustration, because I need to understand how it looks if it looks good also with in the small format, kind of. And as you can see, I add some halo behind this ladder, because I need to emphasize that this ladder and prints, they close to us, they're closer than this bookshelf. I add more shadows on this layer on my main clipping mask, because and I added in with multiply blending mode, because I would like to emphasize the light and to make this shadows more, I don't know, darker. Final touches and touches for this illustration, and it's almost done. Okay, this is my illustration. All you can see here all details, and so thank you for watching. I think my videos was very helpful and interesting to you, and see you next time.